Yes, people, big up to everyone. Welcome to a very, very late stream, but we're back on Chic TV, and we haven't done a preview for this whole week, so I thought this would be the best time for us to do it. Same day for you guys in the UK, obviously a day before for me in the US. But big up to everyone who is going to tune in, who's going to watch, who's watching at the moment. Make sure you guys do run up the likes. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't already. I already see some people in the building already. I see A Solomon, big up to you. And I also see my guy H, bro, big up to you every single time. But yeah, we're here for the Brighton versus Man United preview. Second game of the season. Brighton obviously coming off of a very, very impressive 3-0 win. Yes, Everton had a red card in that game, but picked up in the 66th minute. Ex-Man United player, actually, who got the red card, Ashley Young. But after that, I think Mitoma was the one who opened the scoring for Brighton. Danny Welbeck, also ex-Man United player. Shout out Danny Welbeck every single time. 56th minute is when he got his goal. And then we got Simon Adingra, who scored in the 87th minute as well. Big up Ashley Cole is what 8 says, because he's been a Villa player as well. Big up Ashley Cole. Ashley Young. Because he's been a Villa player, and yeah, he's been a United player too, successful with us as well, won a league title with us. So yeah, big him up every single time. Hey, my guy Sufyan in the building too. Big up to you, Sufyan. Hope you're blessed, bro. Hope everything is good with you. Hope family is good. Glad to see you here, but big up to you, man. Big up to you every single time. So yeah, getting back into it. Says United winning the league this year. I hope so. I wish I could utter those same words in confidence with you, bro, but I can't, because I don't know. This is the first time you've probably been on the channel for a minute. We're finishing 6th or 7th, dog. That's where we're finishing. He says, "What's up, man? I appreciate you, G. I appreciate you too, man. Every single time. That's the homie right there, Sufyan. Shout out to you, Sufyan. But yeah, back to it. He says league. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But yeah, back to it. Brighton obviously got in a very impressive win, 3-0. New manager for them as well. Of course, Roberto Di Matteo did move to Marseille. If you guys don't remember, United were actually linked with Roberto Di Matteo, and I was. What am I saying, bro? De Zerbi. I'm losing words today. It's crazy. This is like after a long day of work. But Roberto De Zerbi was the manager of Brighton. And obviously, he's gone to Marseille now, also where Mason Greenwood plays, number 11. But yeah, he's gone to Marseille. So Brighton do have a new manager. I am pulling it up. I actually don't know his name, but I know he's from the German league. And he had recently promoted a German side to the first division. And I think that basically got him his job at Brighton. But if you look at it, it's basically Fabian Herzeller. Fabian Herzeller. So he was previously at let's see. He was at FC St. Pauli. And yeah, he got them promoted. So now he's at Brighton. But our record at Brighton is not good, to be honest. In the past maybe 5 years, we've won there once, and that was last year, last game of the season. Last game of the season too. Pretty much everyone's season's over, including ours at that time. And our focus was on more on the FA Cup final too. But yeah, like um I'm nervous about this game because it's second game of the season. I shouldn't be nervous about this game. Like we should have our squad ready to go. We should have our tactics ready to go. We should have the lineup and everything set, but we don't. And it's a bunch of problems, obviously. I was hoping Manuel Ugarte would be there for this game, but United once again taking their sorry ass time to sign a player. I don't know, like we heard loan deals 2 days ago, and now we haven't heard anything at all. So I don't know what's going on with that deal. It's taking super super long. I know um it'll basically get like it'll go through, but it's just a matter of time, like when. Um, I doubt it goes till deadline day because what we have 7 days left for you guys, it'd be six, or actually no, 7 days left for you guys. For me, it's 8, 7 days for you guys, but until we reach the end of the transfer window. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if Ogarte will come through, which I'm sure he will, but it's just a matter of time when. But I was hoping he was there for this game because I'm nervous. H says you won their lockdown too. Nah, Rashi sitting down white as usual. Yeah, we did. But I think so last year we won 2-0. The year before that we lost 3-0. The year before that we lost 4-0. Let's actually go through our games with Brighton real quick. Do a head to head in the past 5, I guess. But yeah, I mean, our record basically has not been good there. Is basically what I'm trying to get at. I don't know what it is. Brighton's is just a tough place to go. It's been like that. It's been like that for us for the past couple of years. I'm looking at the last few fixtures. Let's see. 1 second. Bear with me, people. But yeah, if you guys have any questions in chat, definitely drop them through as well. I'll be answering all questions. Big up to my guy Manj every single time. Hope you're blessed, bro. Hope everything is good with you. Yeah, United played today, bro. Happy days. Will not be doing a watch along for that game. I will be on Flawless's channel though. I would say, yeah, I will be there on the playback. So definitely check that out. Sarcasm City TV playback. We will be doing the watch along for that tomorrow. We have a bunch of watch alongs later, but I'll get them towards the end of the stream. But I'm pulling up the records between these two teams so far. Let's see. How do I find like a head to head? This is crazy. Or let's just do Brighton versus Man United last 5 games. There we go. All good, bro. Hope you're good as well. Yeah, man. Doing great. Great. Mitoma scores. All of a sudden, he's back. Yeah. It's crazy because honestly, last time I saw Mitoma like that, where I thought he was like cooking, was when Wan-Bissaka pocketed him in the FA Cup semifinal. That was the last, like that season was the last time I really saw Mitoma cooking. But he scored. Good for him. Definitely going to be a threat, 100%. Okay, so I'm looking at the teams. I'm looking at the results right now. Let's see. Last 6 matches. She type in 11 versus 11 in Google. You have 3 away wins. Last year we won 2-0. The year before that we lost 1-0. The year before that, we lost 4-0. The year before that, we won 3-1. The year before, actually, no, that was Carabao Cup. The year before that, we won 3-2. That was the Rashford year that you were talking about. The year before that, we won um as well. So last four we've besides last year, last three we've lost basically. So we lost the one 1-0, we lost the one 4-0, and then we lost the one I don't know, last yeah. So I think it's like last three or four. Anyways, but Bruno Pen thing, yeah, like literally it was like stoppage time. It was after the VAR. The game was like they said the game was done, but they gave us the VAR penalty and we ended up scoring, and that was basically a big. He says big up to everyone in the chat as well. What is 11v11? Is that like a website where I can see like all this stuff? Because I've been looking for a website for the longest time. Why can't I click on this? I have been looking for a website like for the longest time, bro, to try to just find me quick things if I need to just look for it. So let's actually see what man just man just saying. Let's see. Oh yeah, international football history and statistics. Okay, it's a head to head. Nice. Definitely, this will come in handy for the almost show. I'm not gonna lie, this will definitely come in handy. 401 subs, can I have your autograph? Big up late night cheek. Hey, big up to you, Spoobs, my co-panelist. And yeah, appreciate you. Also, you've been a big part of us reaching 400 subs. So shout out to you as well, bro. Every single time. And yes, you can get my autograph anytime, bro. Anytime. But yeah, big up to you, Spoobs. I'm actually Spoobs thinking of doing a match reaction right after the game, like 15 minutes after the game. So if you're about, shout me because I'll send you the link. But I'm not thinking I'm gonna do it. That's basically what I meant to say. I will definitely be doing it. I'm literally gonna make the thumbnail after the stream. So yeah. He says Irish Yardy in the chat. Nah, man, that's Irish Mazraoui in the chat. This guy right here, Irish Mazraoui. If you know, you know. But yeah, going back to the fixture. Let me know also, Spoos, what you think, man. What you guys think about this game? Predictions, score predictions, all that type of stuff. I said basically I'm nervous. I don't think this game is going to be easy, but I think also at the same time we'll get a real test of where we are as a team. Or not a real test, but more of like a real a good glimpse of where we are as a team. Obviously, we've seen the first match already, the one against Fulham, where we won 1-0. Man like Xerxes, my striker, scoring the winning goal. Man says score predictions 2-1. A Solomon says 2-1 United. I'm also going with the 2-1 United, to be honest. I think we'll get the win, but it's gonna be tough and it's gonna be ugly. And it's not gonna be easy. We're gonna get peppered for sure. I'm anxious to see who we start in our as the back four, because obviously Delict got some minutes towards the end of the Fulham game, so I hope he does get his start officially. I'd partner him up with Lisandro Martinez. Mazraoui definitely starts. There's no question on that. And we probably play Dallo as a left back. Then we'll go to midfield. I'd probably go damn near the same midfield. We'll do Casemiro. We'll do Mainu, and then Bruno Fernandes in the 10. Mason Mount should get dropped, so he should not be in that team. I'd probably go with Xerxes, definitely up front. And then Amad Diallo, I hear that as a shout, but I'll start Garnacho, to be honest. Or, yeah, I'd go with Garnacho on the left and Amad on the right, but I think Ten Hag's probably going to go with Garnacho on the right, and he's going to keep Rashford on the left. But, yeah, Xerxes starts, which I'm sure of. Mazraoui, Delict. I hope Mazraoui starts, which I'm sure of too, because just of how, when that transfer happened, he basically played right away, even though Delict didn't get the minutes, but Delict starts. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I actually totally forgot about that. He said, I doubt Ahmad plays because his mother passed away. Rest in peace to her, for real. I heard about that today, and I saw that today, so rest in peace to him. Definitely, that's terrible news, of course. So, yeah, he should take all the time that he needs off, for sure. So Amad Diallo will not start. So yeah, he'll probably go with that Garnacho on the right and then Rashford on the left. Knowing Ten Hag's dumbass though, he'll probably play Mount again for whatever fucking reason. And after the game, depending on how the result is, talk about how Mount was like he was needed for that high press and the duels and shit like that. And that's another thing that I wanted to get into. The amount of like praise that I've been seeing for Mason Mount off the ball is ridiculous. When have we ever really brought up off the ball statistics up until the last couple of years, up until Mason Mount, because I don't think we rarely ever talked about off the ball statistics for, by the way, a midfielder. Like if it's a striker, cool, I get it. Like if he's pressing and this and that, whatever. But when the fuck have we talked about off the ball for a midfielder? Someone who's supposed to actually see the most of the ball in the game. But people are gonna be people. Our fan base is our fan base. You guys already know how I feel about all that type of shit. But yeah, Mason Mount probably starts, according to Ten Hag. But my lineup, as I said, we'll start again. Onana in goal, Delict, Martinez, Dallo, specifically a 10, deadass. Delict, Martinez, Dallo, Mazarawi, Casemiro, Menu, Bruno, Xerxes, Garnacho on the right, Rashford on the left. That's what I would go with. Money Mace, bro. I literally, it's crazy, and it's so funny because we had definitely check out my show that we did earlier with YG, and Prime was there too, the Almost show, where we basically talk about players that could have been and that couldn't have been. Prime made a very good point saying if Oscar was at Chelsea and stayed at Chelsea, we probably would have never seen a Mason Mount. And if we have never seen a Mason Mount, he wouldn't be at my club. So I'm technically blaming Oscar for this shit. Fuck you, Oscar. Because of you, Mason Mount is at my club now. So it is what it is. But yeah, Oscar, man, the guy I did the video about is basically the reason Mason Mount is at my club. Truth, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Prime was right. Prime was cooking when he said that. And now in hindsight that I think of it, I'm like connecting all the dots together. Mason Mount would not be in my club if it wasn't for fucking Oscar going to China, bro, for the bag. And it's as simple as that. Like, we were talking about that too. China was the Saudi at that time. So it's like, I get it. It was a 60 million transfer. He was probably getting paid like damn near the most amount of money in China at that time. And he won the league title for them too. So I mean, money well spent for China, but shit. I wouldn't be sitting here talking about Mason Mount, our fucking number 7, our number 7 at the club. We've got the likes of Beckham, Ronaldo, Cantona. Look at all these names that I'm taking. I'm ashamed to take Mason Mount in the same name. I'll even throw in an Antonio Valencia in that, because when he had the number 7 shirt, we lifted the Premier League. And Mason Mount instead is our number 7. Oh, fuck it. This shit actually pisses me off. But you know what? Big up Oscar. The real Mason Mount 7 turned up to Manny. Bro, it's literally Oscar's fault. Free Oscar. He tried to leave in 2022 back to Brazil, and China blocked it, wouldn't let him. He tried to go back to Chelsea too. But it's not free Oscar. It's fuck Oscar, because Spoopy, he's the reason Mason Mount is at our club. If you really try to deep it, like really, really deep it, he's the reason Mason Mount's at our club. But anyways, we move. But yeah, Mason Mount should not be anywhere near this team. I've made that clear so many times, and I don't need to make that clear. He makes it clear for you when he plays that he shouldn't be anywhere near this team. But knowing Ten Hag's dumbass and his bald fucking head, he's probably going to play him. And he's probably going to go with this false 9 system again. And knowing Ten Hag, because of the dickhead that he is, he's going to keep trying this false 9 system until the wheels literally fall off. And who knows, even if the wheels fall off, he's probably still going to do it. He's probably still going to stick with it and then talk about excuses like, oh, we have injuries and I don't have the right players for this system, and oh, I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that, and then yeah, all that shit that we go in through every single year. But it's whatever, man. It's free Oscar. Don't listen to this delinquent, as an uncle would say. Nah, bro, it's not free Oscar. It's fuck Oscar. But I know, listen, the thing is, like, I rate Oscar as a player, and I said that today as well. I really, really liked him as a player, but it's only fuck Oscar because Mason Mount is at my club. And I don't know how long Mason Mount's going to be here for, because motherfucker's on a 250K contract. And I don't think any other team is going to pay him 250K, to be honest. Only us would. Only we would. So we'll see. We'll see. Atletico should sign Mount and align with his cardio cousin, Conor Gallagher. For real, man. I heard Mount knows how to speak Spanish. So he can go there, bro. For real. He can literally just go there. But anyways, going back to the team and going back to the preview, of course. What do I want to see from United tomorrow, right? Is probably the question that everyone is asking. I don't want to see the same system. So, and what I mean by I don't want to see the same system is that I don't want to see a false 9, because we have why in terms of like see him as is a 9.5. Like Xerxes to me is a 9.5. He's not a striker. He's also, I wouldn't say exactly a false. Well, yeah, you could say he's a false 9, but for us, I think he should play as a 9.5. Yes, Boobs. I'm assuming Garnacho is starting on the right because of the Ahmad Diallo news. But it would make sense. Garnacho's been playing well. He's been, look at this fraud. Absolute fraud. But yeah, Garnacho has been to your liking, Spoops. Garnacho's been playing well. Every time he's been coming off the bench, which is a key word there, every time he's been coming off the bench, he's been playing good. So we'll see how Garnacho plays when he starts tomorrow. Um, and he should fight for that spot because when Ahmed is able to come back, and like I said, should take how much ever time he needs to take off. But when he's ready to come back, I don't want to see Rashford for a while. Or even if I do see Rashford for a while in the team, I need to see Rashford get subbed off instead of Ahmad getting subbed off. So we'll see what we go with. Hey, shout out to the goat right there, man. Like flawless. He says just dropping in to say bless. Look at this flawless. Like this is your fault. Comments like this are your fault. It's free Oscar. Don't listen to this delinquent, as Unc would say. This is your fault because now I'm just getting called delinquent everywhere. Flawless. But big up to you, bro. Hope you're blessed. I'll see you on the watch along tomorrow, 4:30 a.m. 4:30 a.m. to watch Man United. Yay. To watch Ten Hog Ball. Yay. 4:30 a.m. Hopefully there's not a lot of like 12:30 kickoffs, to be fair. Yeah, hopefully there's not a lot of 12:30 kickoffs in this upcoming season. Man says catch you later, Sheik. Big up to the chat. Gilbert out every single time, bro. Every single time. Big up to you, man, bro. Hope you're blessed. And hope everything is good for you. I hope you have a good rest of your day, actually, because it's gonna be it's morning time in England. Spoopy says he's been all right. He was eating shit a bit before the assist in that Fulham game. Yes, he kind of was, but he's been better than Rashford, is the point that I'm making. Right, Swoops? But yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say. Flawless, the master cook, of course. LOL, I called you all delinquents, not just you. Yeah. But you've been calling me a delinquent for a while, Flawless. Don't think I don't be taking notes of all this stuff. I take notes, man. I take notes. I can pull up receipts. Like I could probably go through last like 5 or 6 streams that you've had straight up, and you probably called me a delinquent once. So it's all love though. You already know. Shout out to these jokers in the chat for real, man. These guys are absolute crooks. Spooby and H and not Manj. Manj is nice, but actually no, Manj is a crook as well. Sometimes he's crookish, but yeah, man. Shout out to all you guys though, for real. Going back to the game though, because I get sidetracked a lot. And Flawless, you could let us know too. What do you think about this game, bro? You nervous? Because I'm nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm nervous for this game, bro. There you go. Oh man. It's crazy. I love this though. I love stuff like this. But look at this guy laughing too, hella laughing. Don't you have like other things to do, Flawless? Don't you have something else to do? Don't you have like thumbnails to make? Or like don't you have to get rest because very busy weekend for you, Carnival, you're going to Carnival. I hope you should get all the rest you can. So I think you should get to that, Flawless. But I appreciate you dropping in. I'm intrigued to see how we play exactly because it's a tough test. I was going through our last few records at Brighton. Only last year was a year that we actually won because before that we've taken losses. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how we play. Obviously, I want to see how Xerxes plays when he starts. We'll actually see 90 minutes of Xerxes, and from the 30 minutes that we saw, I know that both of us were really happy with the performance that he had, and obviously he scored that bad boy goal. So yeah, I'm excited to see what those thumbnails again, for real. I'm excited to see what Xerxes can cook though, for real, 100%. I'm that's what I'm excited about, just to see certain players. But team wise, it's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. Yeah, facts. Past your bedtime. Yeah, for real. But yeah, my score predictions 2-1. I think we're going to win. It's not a confident 2-1 to be fair, but Bruno penalty or fucking McTominay winner, even though I hate seeing McTominay, but it's probably going to be one of those type of things. But I hope that we get, at least periods in the game where we kind of we test out the tactics, whatever fucking tactics this guy's trying to do. I really, really hope that we stay away from this false nine system, because if I see this false nine system tomorrow, if I see Mason Mount starting tomorrow, fam, it's tough. I'm going at 4:30 in the morning, and I'm going to wake up my parents, because I'm going to go on this rant, because if I see Mason Mount tomorrow, I'm likely to see him in the 3rd game. I'm likely to see him in the 4th game. I'm likely to see him in the 5th game, and so on up until this guy gets injured, And I don't wish injury on anyone, but I don't want him in my team, and I feel like the only way he gets dropped is if he picks up an injury. He says, right, I'm out. Love Sheik. Big up the delinquents too. Big up to you, Flaws, bro. Every single time. I'll catch you tomorrow on the watch along. Make sure you guys are, obviously, I'm sure you guys all are looking based on whoever's in the chat. But any viewer who's not said anything in the chat and isn't subscribed to Sarcasm City TV, please go do it. I don't know what you're doing so far, but please go do it. And check out the playback too, because that's where Flawless will be running the watch along for that game, Brighton versus Man United, and other ones in the later on in the day as well. So definitely check it out. But yeah, back to it. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm more just what I want to see is basically the performance. I want to see us have, the patterns of play, so that link up that I'm looking for with Xerxes up front. I definitely want to see that. Need to see more of Menu as well. This is another topic that we'll kind of get into. I've made my things clear about Menu. I've said, and this is not just specifically about Menu. This is about every single player, and especially a player who would have a similar season like Menu did last year. We're not just going to sit here, and I'm not just going to sit here and accept every single performance that he gives me. I'm obviously going to critique him, and I feel like this is a crucial year for him to really cement himself as the midfielder that I think he can become. What I mean by that, though, is I need to see him more I need to see him more in an attacking phase. And obviously this will really depend on the midfield that he's in or he's alongside as well. But I need to see him more, try to break the lines, play as in a more attacking 8, basically, rather than him covering ground. Because we talked about this on I forgot if it was the Q&A or Flaws discussing on Man United. Mano actually won. He had the most duels won in that game, I think, and basically a lot of his stats were off the ball stats were good, which basically means that most of the time in that game he was trying to cover ground, and I want to see him more on the ball, to be honest. But overall for him, just this season as well, I think it's a crucial year for him because he needs to develop, he needs to improve. He's obviously still quite young, and I've always said this too. Yes, he's been playing a lot of football and stuff like that. I think we basically need to rest him if and when we see a consistent run of not good performances. I think he should get rested, and I think he should, not saying fight for his place because he is that place belongs to him, but he just needs a rest, and I think a rest will definitely do him a lot of good. Because of how much football and stuff that he's played. So he's someone that I'm looking at too. Amad Diallo's not going to start, so I can't really say that for him either. But those two people were specifically the people that I wish had a better game against Fulham. And those two were the people who I was expecting to have a good game against Fulham and didn't. So Amad doesn't count in this because he's probably not going to play because of that personal news and stuff. But Manu was something that I need to see more of course. Bruno Fernandes is Bruno Fernandes. We'll probably get, some of these good, flashy, nice passes. And when I say that, I actually legit mean that he'll probably play in a very good pass to someone. It's more of just us scoring goals, and Xerxes being in our team, hopefully that can add to that, and hopefully he can be that type of poacher. Obviously, having Rude at our club is a big thing for him too. So, and me and Spoobs were discussing this on our match reaction for the Fulham game. That goal that he scored was very, very Rude Van Nistelrooy-esque. And I can literally that just reminded me of Rude and how Rude was as a striker at our club. So hopefully he can learn a lot off of that. And I just want to see how he links up with our attack. Who knows? Maybe having someone like Xerxes can actually improve someone like Rashford on the wing. Can improve someone like Garnacho if he starts. So I definitely want to see how our front four, that is Bruno, Xerxes, Rashi, and Garnacho, turn out to be. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Some of the questions, let me get into some of these questions real quick. Did you say who you want as the two CVs? I wouldn't mind Maguire. Worried about rushing De Ligt in and getting him injured, Euro, PTSD. I'm actually, on the other hand, not worried about De Ligt getting in, but this is what I would say. If Maguire does start, I'm not mad at it because he did have a very, very good game against Fulham. But one thing you do need to realize, Boobs, is that Brighton are not Fulham. Brighton's, the way that they play in is a lot more fast-paced. The wingers and stuff that they have, Matoma and all these players, and we're going to get into Brighton's lineup and all that stuff too. Let me actually pull it up in the meantime. But I think the way that some of the chances that Fulham did have, I think if Brighton have those chances, it could be trouble. It could be peak. So I would go with someone who's more experienced in terms of that, which would be De Ligt as a center back for me. But I wouldn't be mad at the fact that Maguire does start. Lisandro Martinez is going to be his partner, so that's a given. But Maguire or De Ligt, I wouldn't be mad if either of them played, to be honest. And I would understand it if Maguire played as well. So, yeah. 8 says Mount would win a gold medal in the Olympics. No, he wouldn't. Then 3 1v1s missed. Yeah, crazy, bro. Bruno, yeah, that's the thing from Bruno is that it's whether these guys can take their chances when given to them. Because that second chance that Bruno had was unforgivable for me. But the first chance is whatever. We won it off of a full mistake, and who knows? Maybe he was caught off guard, even though I don't think he was caught off guard or anything like that. He should be scoring. But yeah, Rashford in that FA Community Shield missed sitters, bro. So I'm worried. I'm worried in that aspect is like Xerxes can't always save us if he needs saving, and Xerxes will have a bad game too. I'm not even like gonna sit here and say Xerxes the best and this and that, and we've got a gem of a striker. Xerxes will have a bad game, and tomorrow could well be that type of bad game. Who knows, right? But it's more of like our attack gelling together, and also them playing their part when other players are not playing their part. So that's what I would say. That year when Rashford was scoring all those goals, none of us asked a lot of question marks about our like other attackers and our other players because of how many goals Rashford was scoring, and he was carrying us in that department. But all of a sudden, when the goals dried the year after, then all of these questions came up. So we got to keep that same type of energy with Xerxes. We got to keep that same type of energy with all our attackers right now. And they got to score, man. They got to take their chances for sure. I need to see more from them in terms of the game as well. But yeah. Brighton team. I'm gonna get through the Brighton team real quick. 30 minutes in though, people. Make sure you guys have run up the likes and all that type of stuff, and subscribed if you haven't already. But big up to all you guys who are tuned in so far. Let me go through the team news. Let me see if they have any injury news. Some players that I would obviously look out for at Brighton. What's that one guy that they signed from Newcastle? Is like I don't want to butcher his name, bro. Yankuba Minte, the Gambian player. He nice. He's someone that they just signed him as well, and I think I think he played against Everton. I'm pretty sure, but he will probably feature against us tomorrow, and I would keep a lookout for him. To be honest, yeah, Yankuba Minte. So that's one. Adingra is obviously another player who I like a good profile from him too, and he could be a little bit of trouble for us. Mazraoui in that aspect will have a good test tomorrow, and I think that's a very very good test for him. So let's see how Mazraoui does. My only complaint about Mazraoui, and it's tough that it's honestly like this is. It's crazy that I even had a complaint from him because he had such a good game against Fulham. But the only complaint that I would have from Mazraoui is just I need him to go forward more. And that was the problem that we had with Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka at his time for the years that he was here and the games that we played him, he was good defensively for most of it, but going forward was just non-existent. And if we've tried to replace our right back and Wan-Bissaka being sold, of course, to West Ham and us bringing Mazraoui, I would want us to correct that and improve on that. So I want to see Mazraoui going forward. Want to see him linking up with Garnacho, for example, tomorrow, and obviously Ahmad in the future when Ahmad does play. But those are like some of the things that I want to see from us and their team. Like I said too, like Adingra is what players to look out for. Danny Welbeck obviously fucking gets a goal against us. Last year, I'm pretty sure he scored at Old Trafford against us. So he's obviously dangerous whenever he plays against Man United. Mitoma's there. Yes, Mitoma got a goal against Everton too. I don't think he's like back or whatever, like some people are saying, but definitely a threat. We'll see how Mazraoui will probably handle Mitoma because Mitoma is going to play on the left, and then Adingra is going to play on the right. So we'll see how Dalot deals with Adingra. But in terms of injury news, I don't think United have any injuries that we don't really like know of, besides obviously this Ahmad news that dropped in today. But in terms of players who will be missing, everyone who was there against Fulham will be available. The injuries have remained the same. I think Lindelof is injured. Luke Shaw is injured, which no surprise, no brainer to me. Malacia is injured, no brainer to me. So in terms of us, not really anything crazy in terms of like injury news. But let me pull up Brighton's injuries versus us tomorrow. Let's see who's fit for them and who's not fit for them. I can bet you that I probably don't know half of these players, who I'm probably going to mention in just a little bit. Let's see. Out for Brighton, and Ciso is not going to play. Igor Julio is not going to play. Tariq Lamptey is a doubtful. Evan Ferguson's a doubtful. Estupinian's a doubtful. And Sully March is out for a knee injury. So those are Brighton's. That is basically Brighton's injury or list, or we should say, in terms of what I think Brighton will go with. Steele and goal, Veltman. I'm just looking at their lineup from the Everton game too. Steele and goal, Veltman, Van Heck, Lewis Dunk, Hinchelwood, Milner will probably play. Minte, the guy that I was talking about, Mitoma, Adingra, Welbeck. They have what's that guy's name? They have Joao Pedro as well, huh? Or is this a different Pedro? Yeah, Joao Pedro. So he could possibly start maybe in ahead of Adingra. So I'm guessing that's probably their lineup. And if we go through real quick, I guess we could go through their stats versus Everton. Let's see. Everton obviously having that red card through Ashley Young, but let's see their stats real quick. Share my screen. Cool. So this was Brighton versus Everton. Obviously not a good game from Everton at all. Stinkers from pretty much everyone. Their highest is a 6.8 that goes to Michael Keane and Tarkowski, even though they literally let in 3 goals. But cool. Danny Welbeck had an 8.2. Very good game from him. Let's see his stats real quick. Played the full 90 minutes, 1 shot on target, ended up scoring the goal. 2 key passes, 30 touches, won 3 ground duels out of 7, 1-0 air duels, only lost the ball 4 times, but he had an 8.2, basically probably going off of the goal that he scored. Big up to Vinicius. He says Joao Pedro is playing as a 10 now. Okay, so maybe a Dringer just start then in that case. And if that is the case, then that is the case. But yeah, either way, I think Joao Pedro and Adringer are both threats to us tomorrow. So we'll see. Minte, Yankuba Minte. So let's see. I think he came on as a sub, so he played in the second half. He actually picked up an assist as well. Fair enough. 9 out of 13 accurate passes, 19 touches total, 0 shots on target, 1 dribble attempt, 1 aerial duel, and 2 ground duels won. That Wafer, is that how you pronounce it? That Wafer guy they signed played well, just challenges every ball. Yeah, so midfield is gonna have a tough test tomorrow. Obviously, he played as well. Mats Wafer. They made good signings, to be fair. Like Brighton have made good signings. Not saying that they've 88 touches. He had 88% accurate passes, so he saw a lot of the ball. He lost the ball around 15 times. No aerial duels won. He won 5 ground duels. Yeah, but look at his heat map too. He was pretty much everywhere. More defensively, so he sat back more than he got forward, of course, but because he's kind of playing as a DM, which makes sense. But good game from him against Everton. James Milner, kind of the same thing. He was on for Billy Gilmore in the 82nd minute. 85% accurate passes too, but I'm sleeping on James Milner, bro. The fact that James Milner has played for 23 seasons in a row is absolutely crazy. I think he broke like a Premier League record as well. I thought Ryan Giggs was probably the guy who played the most, but I think James Milner broke his record. So 23 seasons in a row, crazy. Going into their back line as well, Veltman looks like he had a very good game. Joel Veltman. What is wrong with my thing? Oh no. I think it's frozen, people. Give me 1 second. I'm going to close out and I'm going to come back in. I'm sorry. Well, not close out. Like, I'm just going to reset my thing and come back in. 1 moment. Right. Apologies for that, my friends. But yeah, we're back. Let me pull that up again. SofaScore. There we go. Cool. So yeah, I was on. Who was I on? I was on Veltman. Well, I was trying to click Veltman before that thing closed out. He played the full 90 minutes, 4 clearances, 1 block shot, 2 interceptions, 2 total tackles, won all his ground duels, impressive. Won 50% of his aerial duels, impressive. Lost the ball 12 times, had around 66 touches, 82% accurate passes, even though he's playing as like a right back. No one cross from him and 2 accurate long balls, so 50% on that as well. So good game from him too, to be fair. But yeah, um, some of the substitutions that they made, obviously Adringer was on. He had a good game. He got a 7.2 and he scored, I believe, as well, like a late goal. He had 1 shot on target. So yeah, very clinical from him. He played 45 minutes and got a goal. So he's definitely going to be a threat. I don't know if he starts, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they go with the same lineup, to be fair. Because I don't think none of these guys really picked up injuries. So he probably goes with the same lineup for Brighton. So we'll see. We'll see what their manager does. But yeah, people, 40 minutes in, don't really have much to say, honestly, in terms of that. I gave my predicted lineup. I've given my prediction as well. 2-1 is what I think the score is going to be. United 2-1. And then we'll go through the lineup again. I'm going with Onana in goal. I'm going for Unspoobs. You let me know your predictions in the chat too. Vinicius, let me know your predictions in the chat as well. But I'm going for Onana in goal. Delict, my preferred lineup. It would be Delict and Martinez, Dallo as a left back, Mazraoui as the right back, Casemiro, Mainu, Bruno Fernandes up front as a 10, Xerxes as a striker, on the right Garnacho, and then on the left Marcus Rashford. So that'll be my team for that. But I will be closing out basically. 2-1 United is what I've said. Big up to everyone who obviously is tuned in so far. I see 5 people are still currently watching. Big up to you guys. Hope you guys are all good and blessed. And yeah, thank you guys for all tuning in for the Brighton versus Man United match preview. I'm honestly really tired, and I don't really have much to say, to be fair, in terms of this game, because yeah, it's I think we discussed both lineups. We discussed most of it. So yeah, I think we'll just close out there. Watch along will be on Flawless's channel, where Spoop says I'd say 2-1 as well. We're unable to win games comfortably. Close game. Yeah, I agree, bro. And I hope we I hope we can transition to that, of course. But let's see. We'll see. I know it's gonna be an ugly 2-1 win, but a win is a win at this point. Well, let's get past these games, get Ugarte in, and we'll go from there. Let's see who else we can get in, make another signing, because we need to make more signings. So, and players need to leave as well. So we have around 8 days left until the transfer window closes. So yeah, let's see what United can cook, and let's see what the rest of the transfer window says. But same thing, I'd say 2-1 as well. Watch along will be on Sarcasm City TV playback. In terms of what I have coming up, we will be doing an Aston Villa versus Arsenal watch along tomorrow as well. I believe that's at 5:30 p.m. UK time, 9:30 a.m. PST. So tune in for that if you guys want. And any of you guys in the chat right now who are still watching, if you guys need a link, definitely just let me know. Spoobs, I can send you the link for that game. Right after the Man United game, though, we will be doing the match reaction. So I have already said this too. Spoobs, if you want to join for that, you can. But I will definitely be there for that. So we'll do a match reaction after the game. Sunday we have Wolves versus Chelsea, and then we also have the Real Madrid watch along. So I think it is Real Madrid versus Real Valladolid, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I butchered it. I'm sorry, any Real Madrid fans in the chat. That game is at 4:30 p.m. UK time. H, if you're in the chat, I know you told me about this time, but I haven't even checked it myself. But whenever that game is, we'll be doing it. The Real Madrid watch along. We'll do the Wolves versus Chelsea one, and then Monday we'll be back for Mud Brothers. And you guys already know the deal. I'm gonna be looking for another special guest, so I'm gonna reach out to some people this weekend. But yeah, we'll try to get a special guest on for Mud Brothers, and we'll have the Mud Brothers gang in the building too, hopefully. But that's pretty much it for today's episode. I will be catching some sleep right after this. Tomorrow, Brighton versus Man United. Fucking hell, I have to wake up at 4:30 a.m. for this game. That's why I'm like so tired and I kind of just want to go to sleep. But 4:30 a.m. Brighton versus Man United. Sarcasm City TV playback. That's where you guys will see me next. Big up to everyone. I hope you all have a great rest of your night, depending on where you guys are. Or I hope you have a great rest of your day up until I see you next. Big up and take care. Hopefully Man United get this dub, man. Hopefully. But big up. See you guys in the next one.